Hi, Mark Anthony here to show you how to make a really awesome vegan cheese. And I call it Jack and Dill. Instead of Jack and Jill, we have Jack and Dill. So it might be a pretty good tongue twister for you. We've got some boiling water here, and I'm going to add some agar powder. If you have not used agar powder, Asian food stores have it at a really good price. Probably what you've seen is agar flakes, like at Whole Foods and places like that, but that is really expensive. And so I pick up this agar powder from the internet, and I get whole pounds like this because I use quite a bit of it, and you'll save a ton of money that way. But it is a lot cheaper. This is one of those items that really nobody knows about. I've been using it for years. Just starting to see other people start using it, so maybe they're catching on to what I'm doing. And what we've got to do is just give this a boil for 2 minutes. So right here we've got 4 cups of water and 6 tablespoons of the agar powder. I'm actually making a double batch today. And what I'll do is I'm going to put a single batch on the end of the clip here. I'll put the recipe for the single batch. But today I thought I'd go to the extreme and give you a double batch. And we're just gonna let this boil for 2 full minutes. Okay, now after it's been boiling for about 2 full minutes, you can see it's really thickening up, and it's even kind of sticking to my wire whip there a little bit. And so that's what you're looking for, just like 2 minutes, and it is good to go. And we're gonna put this in our blender here. This will be an interesting experiment doing a double batch, because usually I'm doing single batches, but I wanted to do a double batch today. So a lot of times I don't create double batch. You can create any double batch, but a lot of times you do a double batch and it doesn't come out right. Your spices might be a little off or something. For some reason, it just works that way. So, okay. And we've got a few more ingredients we're gonna put in here. Cashews, I've got 3 cups of cashews here. And 2 cups, I'm sorry, 2 cups. I gotta pay attention because I'm doing a double batch here. My numbers might be a little off. A couple tablespoons of lemon juice. And all this can go right in the blender. Nutritional yeast flakes. If you have not used nutritional yeast flakes, they're fantastic. And I've got 2 tablespoons of those. This is just a dry powdered soy milk. So I've got 2 tablespoons of that. And a couple teaspoons of salt. This right here is onion powder, and so I'm going to put a teaspoon of that in there, and a half a teaspoon of garlic, and then some mustard. We'll put some dry mustard in there, about half a teaspoon there. And so that's all we have for the ingredients. We're going to give this a blend and take a couple minutes. I'm going to, kind of scoot it down a little bit and make sure it's working good. And then we'll put this in right at the end. I'll actually get this chopped up and get this put in right at the end. Woo! Okay, now I can see why I like to do a single batch, because that is a heavy load on this blender here. So definitely do a single batch. And we're going to pour this right into a plastic container here. And woo! Boy, does that smell good. Man, this is just, you are going to love this recipe. This is probably one of my most popular recipes out there. And you notice there's nothing really unhealthy about it. You got some cashews for a little bit of oil inside the cashews, but that's a good oil. A lot of calories from fat there. But portion for portion, it's not a lot of cashews. It's mostly water and spices for this one. So just like that. Woo! Now this baby is going to go in the refrigerator. And that's why I like it in a plastic container, then we can just pop it out of there. So we'll put this in the refrigerator. It's gonna have to sit overnight, and then we'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, let's take a look at what this cheese looks like. It's been in the fridge overnight, and I can already see some condensation moisture here. So we are going to just take a towel and try to get as much as that condensation out of there. So, but you can see how firm it is. This is really going to be good. Don't worry about the cracks. That's just not a big issue. But you want to get that condensation out of there. Okay, so nice thing about putting it in a plastic container is you just go like that and boom, it is good to go. Now what I want you to do with this, there's a couple things you can do, all depending what you're cutting for. Let's say you want to do cubes. So you would take it like that size. Look at that, isn't that something? So you could actually cube it. Boom, 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 boom. And just like that, make the cubes any size you want, big or small, doesn't really matter. So you've got cubes like that. Or if you want to do slices, you can do slices and make them. So whatever you're doing, that's what you do. And of course for crackers, things like that, I mean, these would be the best little cheeses. And the amazing part is, once you get this down to a science, man, you can do so many different things with it. You can do different colors, different flavors. But just to recap here, all you're gonna do is take the boiling water, add your agar powder. That's where you need to know exactly how much to add to that. Bring it to a boil for a couple minutes. Then put that in the blender and add your ingredients. Add your cashews and all the flavored ingredients that you want. Give it a blend, make sure it's well blended. Then we're gonna put it in the refrigerator overnight, bring it out, and this is what you have. So that easy. And of course for storing, I'm actually gonna store it right inside here. So it's that easy to do a vegan cheese that tastes fabulous. Mark Anthony here. We will see you next time for The Whole Message.